Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Priyanka, and welcome to another webinar in today's series from Abhyas. Today's topic is on financial well-being and mental health. And with me today, we have an amazing group of panel members. But before we get into these exciting discussions today, I think it's important to just share a little bit about what these webinars are and what we do here at Abhyas. So these webinars that we have, they're very much designed to bring together a community of like-minded individuals, so that in this space, together we can expand our awareness of topics that are set here by Abhyas. However, these webinars are not designed to provide solutions to participants. Saying that, it is absolutely natural, and I would say our panel members are very generous, that they do tend to share tools and tips with our guests. So by all means, please do take notes, as there'll be very insightful discussions happening today. So Abhyas Institute of Universal Awareness, we have a very powerful vision here in our organization. Through the application of experiential knowledge, we envision a paradigm shift in society's perspective, equipping it with the ability to face the challenge as is. And here our mission at Abhyas is that we are committed to equip individuals with equal opportunities by providing professional training, to impart courses on mental well-being, creating a better future for every individual and for humanity at large. And as our founder Namdeo would say, all transformations have one thing in common: the turnaround in the perspective on what they have been through. So with that, our topic today is an exciting one. It's all about having a reflective space where we can explore how financial well-being influences and is influenced by our mental and our emotional states. So with us today, we have three amazing panel members. So I'm going to take a moment to introduce each one. So first of all, we have Urmila Sibati. She is co-founder and corporate leader. Urmila is a woman corporate leader and an independent board director. She is the co-founder of Lineage Investment Services Limited, with over 25 years of global experience across the USA, UK, Mauritius, and Africa. She is an expert in banking, financial services, strategy, wealth management, and governance. And she holds a master's in economics from the USA and multiple international certifications. She serves as an independent board member of companies across diverse sectors as well. A very strong advocate for ESG sustainability and for women empowerment, Urmila is also a dynamic public speaker, conversant in English, French, Creole, and Hindi. Welcome, Urmila. It's an absolute honor to have you on board today.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So I was just in the process of introducing Abdul Salam. So I just wanted to say thank you so much, Abdul Salam, for joining us here today on this platform. We're looking forward to learning from you today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Priyanka. My pleasure.
And our third speaker today is Hajar Kasadi. Hajar is the CEO of Women Next Ventures. Hajar is the founder and CEO of Women Next Ventures, which is a purpose-driven platform dedicated to empowering women in their personal, professional, and in their financial growth. A certified life coach and a psychology student, she is among the first certified femininity awareness coaches in Morocco. Committed to helping women rise above limitations and create lives of intention, elegance, and strength. Welcome, Hajar. It's an honor to have you on our platform today. Thanks for being here.
My pleasure, Priyanka. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be with you here today. Thank you.
Great. So with that, we're going to start with a question for our audience, just to kind of get them thinking a little bit about this topic. So feel free to use the chat here. And just have a moment to think about, what does it mean to be financially well? What does it mean to you beyond just about having enough money? So this topic that actually came to me a couple of months back was a very interesting one because I think wherever we are across the world, financial well-being is often, I guess, understood differently. And so we're actually going to dive into this element in just a moment with our panel members. Let's start actually with yourself, Urmila. So, given your background and how you've gotten to this amazing position as board director, I'm really interested to actually learn a little bit about your journey. Please do share with us what your journey has been like to this point, and also what is it about this topic that really resonates with you? Thanks.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for the great question. It really gets us thinking deeply into what financially being well financially means. But if I were to just go back into myself and what brought me to where I am today, since childhood, coming from a very modest background, my father has been very inspirational. He's always like made sure that he teaches us one thing is yes, education, get your degree and your college through, but also learn to how to manage your finances well, and in equivalence, it means how to be independent, independent, and in this way, we don't mean just have enough money, but also have that freedom, have be financially well, but means financially be free, have the mental freedom to be able to feel like we can stand on our own feet, regardless of situations, regardless of turns and ups and downs, and not be fearful that in the future we may be in trouble. So that is something that has really resonated in me. And I've really been inspired by this and always in the back of my mind, especially when going through difficult situations. My father he worked for himself. So, and today I am also independently, I work for myself. And so it's like always you have moments in your life and in your career that your income is can can vary. It's not a salary that you have a fixed salary every month, but you have moments of ups and downs and like a little bit depending on how the economic situation is in the country, and also I have navigated from a childhood into always be conscious about how to manage our own little finances, right? And through my journey, I was also inspired when I finished university in the USA. I was inspired by the father of one of my best friends. He was in the financial markets and he was a financial advisor, investment advisor. And we were just talking, and I just got to become very passionate about this subject, being a financial doctor. You know, we say I cannot be a medical doctor, but I'm so passionate about finances that I would like to be a financial doctor one day. And so I can advise my family, my children, and even other people, clients out there, possibly how to plan to do financial planning from an early stage of their life all the way through to retirement and post-retirement as well. Because when you finish retirement and even when you pass away, you have to make sure that those who you are leaving behind are also financially well. So that has been something that has been in me and in my DNA to help others in their financial journey in terms of advice and tips and tricks. And then with my career, I actually worked as a with Bloomberg Financial Markets as in the investment world as an starting as an analyst, then going to investment advisory. Then I work with banks, again, advising and on investment products and corporates, individuals, as well as other investors. So I've been very lucky, actually, I must say that something that has been I've been inspired with has actually turned into a career for me. And I'm always like here to hear also what others have to say. We need some advice and things like that. So really, just to come to the question that you just posed earlier was about being financially well. For me, financially well means financially independent. Someone can be financially well because they depend on someone else for a living and for to grow. But for me, being financially well doesn't mean have a lot of money, but having enough for your basic needs. Basic needs, as in what we need is three things: food, shelter, and clothing. If we are able to feel like we have abundance, this is abundant for us, we feel good mentally, and mentally well and financially well as well. That
No,
I think
definitely.
other speakers to say.
No, that's fantastic, Umila. Thank you. And I've just picked up an element from there, which I think will be amazing to explore in a little time as well. But would love to hear from Hajar. I just find your story very inspirational. Please do share with our audience a little bit about your journey and why this topic resonates with you so much. Thanks.
All right. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you, Priyanka, for this beautiful opportunity to speak. And what I can say about that is simply, I grew up in with a very bad relationship with money. I mean, I always had issues managing my financials, dealing with money, and yeah, money was literally the source of stress for me. But at a certain point, I started and focusing on my patterns, my spending patterns, my relationship with money, how do I deal with it, my emotional reactions, and so on. And I had to shift my mindset. Yes, that's true. I'm still in the journey, and I think it's going to be taking a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely going really, really well. And yeah, at a certain point, as you can see, I founded Women X Ventures. I had to work with whatever I had. So I was sitting by myself thinking, what do I have for the moment? I said, okay, I have an idea. I have a pitch deck, not really much. And I have beautiful people that I am surrounded with. But do I have financial funding resources, let's say? I don't. Can I really fund that by myself? I don't think so. But still, I succeeded to do that, which is for me like a typical success. Since yeah, somebody who does not have financial resources but still founded something using whatever he had at that point, I think it's such a great thing. But I succeeded to do that literally by fixing my relationship with money instead of fear, but yeah, feeling that I can do it, being confident about my financial expenses. But here, the question that I think that anybody should ask if he would like to know is he financially well is simply, how would my ideal financial life look like? Do I have a clear vision? What is the car that I would like to drive? How is the house that I want to have? Do I How is the lifestyle that I would like to give to my family, to my loved ones? So yeah, this is a very important question that everybody should ask if they would like to have a good relationship with money. And this is literally what I have done back then. Besides that, I mean, how would it feel like? And what habits or what are the things that I am doing on daily basis that supports this ideal life that I would like? So if you're going to be asking me what is to be financially well, I'm going to tell you is to have the bar minimum, just like my colleague said. First of all, and to be in a good relationship with money, to be able to manage whatever you have at the moment and to create something from it. to have such good emotional reactions towards money. If you're going to be bringing up a big amount to me, I'm not going to feel like I'm afraid, I'm stressed, I have anxiety, but instead, I'm going to be thinking how to manage it. I'm going to be confident that, yes, I am able to deal with this. Big amount or small amount, I'm going to be confident that, yes, I am able to do it with that, with whatever I have for the moment.
Mm. Oh, fantastic. Another really amazing element that I've just picked up there that we can build onto in our conversation later on shortly. Um, Abdul Salam, I'd also like to hear from you on this aspect. Uh, how you've ex had this journey that you've been on to get you to this amazing position where you are today, this inspirational position that you're in, and also what is it about this topic that really resonates with you? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much, Priyanka. It's an honor to be here again, once again. Um, yeah, basically, I think I remember I wasn't in the space of in the finance space before now. I used to be in the tech space, and I was relatively doing, let's say, fine, if I must say. And there was this time when I had a very huge project. Um, it was meant to be for a particular government, and uh, it was a little bit of a hassle for me to bring in every stakeholders to understand exactly what we're trying to do there, and to understand the benefits, the opportunity that comes with such a project. And they seem not to agree with some of these things, and I decided to hold back and think. Just like what Omila said the other time, I used to have this friend as well who used to work in the finance space as well. He used to be a fund manager in Canada at the time, and we had a discussion, and I was telling him about my challenges and we've been going through about this project. And he was like, um, I'm like, oh, you're in finance. Can you guide me through what do you think I can do? I need to raise funds. And that was how I got into finance itself. So basically, or most importantly, some of the things that drives uh, financial well-being so far are intentionality and purpose. So, and which is one of the things I'll be really talking about today. Purpose is very, very important because when there is no purpose, there is no intentionality.
Mm.
So that's basically what I think. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abdul Salam. Oh, I'm really loving these elements that have just come to the surface. So we've looked at three very, very powerful elements, and I think now is the opportunity for us to dive a little bit deeper. We've spoken about abundance and about how abundance is a mindset. We've spoken about financial planning, and we've completely turned things around with the definition of financial well-being, which is not about having copious amounts of money, but it's about making the most out of what you have. And it is from that place that you create abundance and you attract more. And then we've spoken about relationship with money and our connection between money and the types of emotions that creates within us and that cyclical nature. And then, of course, we've spoken about intentionality and purpose behind that money. So something, that I've been thinking about a little bit, we talk about how in the corporate world that we work and live in and that we thrive in so many organizations, there's such a huge focus on what they call the hustle culture. that it's all about hustling, trying to get as much as you can. How many deals can you land? How many deals can you sign off? And all these different elements that are spoken about. So I'm interested in, I guess, in this element that I wanted to kind of hear from all of you. One is, of course, that side. Then we've got this other side of this economic dichotomy, I guess you could say, where you've got societies that are completely either extremely, extremely well off, extremely wealthy, have a lot of sufficient money to get them going, and those who are in a state of poverty. This especially becomes interesting, and this is where I'd like to explore this with all of you, is what is it about our culture and our society, even our upbringing, our patterns, as Hajar mentioned about patterns and our behavior and our relationship with money. How does that complex interplay work with this dichotomy of people being either extremely well off or people, really struggling financially? Happy for any of you to initiate that conversation. Please.
All right, I can start.
Please. Thank you, Hajar.
All right, thank you. So there's basically two types of people that we notice. The first person deals with money with a lot of ease. It's very easy for him to manage his finances. He's doing investments, saving pretty well. His savings are growing, and he's so good with money. Simply, while you find, for example, I found myself in a certain position where it's so hard for me to manage my finances. It's very hard to save money. You literally feel like you're stuck. You don't know how to save any money. So there's two sides of that, or two factors, let's say, the psychological factor and the environmental factor, or the external factor, let's say. So there's a psychological factor. It's literally you having this type of either abundance mindset, as I've already mentioned, or you're having the opposite mindset. If you can remind me what the name.
Scarcity.
Scarcity.
Yeah. Yes, thank you so much. Scarcity. Okay, so this type of mindset. And the other side is the external factors, which are the outside and whatever you have grow up. So it's the household where you grow up, your early experiences with money, and how you dealt with money in your early childhood, the socio-economical environment where you have grown up. So simply, people should start shifting their mindset. The procedure might take a little bit. I mean, it's different from one person to the other. It might take 1 month for me. It might take 1 year for you. People are different and their journeys are different. Also, understanding your own personality and whatever goes with it. So, for example, if I am a planner, planners, people who tend to plan literally everything in their lives, it's so good for them to do the strict budgeting. Why? Because simply they can follow every single dollar, where did it went to, and this makes them feel in control. It makes them feel confident. Why? If we go to a risk taker, he's going to be doing really, really well in entrepreneurship or investment, because yes, he feels like he can do it. It's okay to take a risk. Yeah, he's confident about it. But if we switch the roles, for example, we take a risk taker and put it at the place, or use the same method as a planner, he's gonna literally feel under so much stress. He's gonna feel like he's suffocating. And vice versa, the planner, if he's going to be doing a risky investment, he's going to feel like everything is lost, everything is out of control, I don't know what to do. So as you can see, you just have to shift your mindsets, as I already said. Focus on the patterns. The patterns, for people who does not know, it just recurring behaviors, the behavior that gets repeated over and over again. You focus on that. You focus on your emotional reactions with money, when you want to invest, when you want to buy, when you want to save. How does it feel like? Does it make you feel stressed? Does it make you feel happy? And so on. So yeah, this is what I might say.
Yeah. Great. If I may add something to this, I think there are a few things that I'd like to say. I mean, thank you so much, Hajar. You've almost said a lot of what I wanted to also. I agree with you on this. One thing is, I'd like to talk about the relationship with money in the way as we talk about our relationship with our own body, and this means what, as we say, health is wealth, right? So
Mhm.
if we are confident, someone is confident that even with limited resources, that person has two hands and is physically fit to produce and use our own self as a resource, as Hajar mentioned earlier, create something from what you have. So you have your two hands, you've got your brains, and you are a resource already. Whatever you're going to be doing, you're a resource already, and you can build from that. And to make yourself a more sustainable resource, you have to take care of your health, physical health and mental health. And with that, that will come health goes then with you become more productive, and you can produce more, and you can bring more, and you can be financially well. You know, it's sometimes it's the basic things that we oversee. Many times I tend to tell others that taking care of your health is part of your job. Your job is, yeah, to earn money, but you have to take care of your health to earn money as well. It has to be part of your job. And taking
Mhm.
time is money, as we say, but taking time for your health is very, very important, because if you don't have health, then you have no wealth and no money afterwards. So I think this concept of putting together ourselves, the body, and our goals, our financial goals, is very important. And to find that balance between the two is extremely important. So I've actually, I used to work full time, long hours, and with big corporations and everything. After some time in my career, having matured a bit in my career, I decided to take a personal choice to have a better work-life balance. And that may have meant for some time to have less money, but over time, I feel more financially well, um, even having gone through different situations like the COVID situation, when our company had just started in 2018, and then COVID happened 2019,
Hello?
2020. For some time, there was no money coming in, but we still believed in ourselves and our resources, uh, to be able to persist and persevere to climb up again, from that very low. So I think this personal relationship with money really comes from within. We shouldn't see money as a separate thing from us. We are part and parcel of the equation, as the topic said. How financial well-being is connected with mental well-being, and vice versa, how your mental well-being can then make you better financially, or could be even worse if you get too overly stressed and you can't sustain, you can't work, you can start all sorts of health issues. Then it's the opposite. So yeah, so that was something I felt like through my journey has been super important, is to prioritize on health. And always, I really believe health is wealth.
Mhm.
Rinke, can I jump in? Thank you very much. So it is very much appreciated from what we've heard from Haja and Omila. To be very honest with you, finance itself, or money itself, it's a very, very interesting thing. And I'm sure a lot of us we've got a lot of story to tell when it comes to money, or financial well-being itself. So basically, I would talk from a little bit different vantage point, and I've seen quite, or I've come to understand better since I started my journey in the hedge fund and private equity industry. And honestly, I have seen firsthand how money shapes not just outcome basically, but emotions and even relationships. And uh, today, financial well-being is often basically is often treated as numbers or a number game. Um, but number is only it's only part of the story. Um, you see, and the human mind reacting, worrying, dreaming, and hoping, it's a very interesting thing as well. And which the same thing, it still goes back to me when I stated that I think Hajar mentioned it. It's all about mindset. Mela too mentioned it. It's all about mindset as well. Intentionality, uh, purpose. When you have purpose, when you have a purpose when it comes to money, when you have a purpose, when there's the intention is there, the mindset is there, it shapes the way you see money. It shapes the way you look at how this thing affects your life, your environment, basically the people around you. So, and I have actually somehow I have literally categorized it in three different parts. So, I mean, what another very important thing is awareness. Um, Awareness is is one of the very first step one needs to have when it comes to financial well-being, basically. Mm.
Yes. Yes, thank you, all three of you, for sharing these really rich insights. I'm really enjoying the direction that these conversations are going in. So we've spoken a little bit more about what intentionality and purpose looks like, and it starts with the foundation of awareness. Then we've touched on the element of health is wealth. And we, of course, touched on the element of how we each have different mindsets, and our mindsets give us the ability to utilize the money well or to not utilize it well. And each mindset or each individual has a different way of using the money, of using money. So really, it's about choosing approaches that work for you. So what I wanted to actually move to next for us to talk about and to maybe delve into a little bit further is this connection between the emotional response that comes when we are engaging with money. And we're going to look at two different aspects here. Let's look at the first aspect of when there's that scarcity mindset. What is it that we can do as individuals to really turn things around for ourselves when we are in that situation, particularly when there's this perception that we're in financial stress? Maybe this time, Abdul Salam, you could share a little bit of that element because you touched on awareness a little bit, so might be a good place to maybe, yeah, continue.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Priyanka. So, let's take a second, or a few seconds, to ask ourselves, when you think about money or finance, what is the first thing that comes to your mind, basically? What is the first thing that comes to our mind? I would say, basically, from my own from my own point of view, I would say anxiety for some. For some, it's freedom. For some, it's excitement. And like I said again, awareness is always the first step towards uh, this mastery, towards understanding the relationship you have with money. So let me see if I can touch a little bit of some of this. So we have what we call, basically I have what I call natural ease, and some people experience financial ease, which they would say money mean or I mean money seems to for them money seems to flow naturally for them basically. Others, despite high earnings or large profits, uh, they still feel that tension, uh, or they are fixated or around money somehow. Uh, and in many what is it called? In many work with high, or let me say I've worked with a lot of high net worth individuals, both high net worth individuals, middle class people, and I have seen different patterns in them when it comes to their relationship with money, or how they respond to money. You understand, and which tells it really tells a lot about one's financial well-being. You get it,
Mhm.
and our let me cite an example. Um, I have this client. I have a couple of them. Uh, I mean, who managing a multi-million dollar fund. This person is always constantly worried about liquidity, um, even when his portfolio or when his investments
Mhm.
outperform, you understand, his current situation. And I have another client. Um, uh, I mean, starting with far less. He's less scared. He's always comfortable. He's never worried. He's always like, you know what, Abdussalam, whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. I don't think I have to worry too much. If the money is gonna be mine, of course, whenever it is appointed to me, I would get it. And it's wonderful to understand and to study this pattern in people. You get it? Um, so you see, another thing I would want us to do is to picture our financial life as personally. We should picture our financial life flowing effortlessly. You get it? With changes, how does it feel? uh, uh, this mental experience is not is not imagination. It's your first step towards reshaping your relationship with money, basically. And
Mhm.
uh, that's the second step is healthy drive, purpose, like I said before, and financial growth essentially when it comes to purpose, when it comes to being financial or being uh, stable financially. Financial growth is essential, absolutely. We all agree. But the pursuit must align, it must align with our values. It must align with our mental well-being. We should always ask ourselves, why am I pursuing wealth? Why am I pursuing money, security, influence, impact? These are very this is a third this is a third step, uh, and I mean this is the second step. Sorry, and the third one is what I call the inner alignment, and the inner alignment is the bridge between mental well-being and financial well-being, or financial health. Um, we have to ask ourselves again, are my financial decisions reflecting who I truly am as a person? Or am I being driven by fear, by um, expectations or habits? You see? So These are the basic 3 steps I think and which starts with awareness as well, like I said. Thank you.
All right. I can speak. Alrighty, so since we were bringing the word mindset, I would like to dig a little bit deeper into that, and also to share my humble experience on how I shifted my mindset from a scarcity mindset to an abundance one. And of course, I'm still in that journey because obviously it's going to be taken a little bit longer than it is expected to be, because money actually says much more about you. It says a lot about you. It's not only your relationship with money, but it's your relationship with a lot of aspects in your life. So, in order to shift your mindset, the first logical, obvious thing that you're supposed to do is to learn. You got to learn about money. You got to read books. You got to see examples. You got to take courses if needed, take classes. You just got to learn. You got to have a good knowledge about money. What is money? How can I get that? What are the tools that I'm supposed to have? What is my worth in the market? This is something really important to ask. I mean, do I have the enough skills, the enough certifications, the enough things needed for me to have a good worth in the market? I mean, in order to get more money, obviously. What else? Journaling. Journaling is something really important that I have been doing on a daily basis. Of course, like there's types of journaling, but here we're talking about financial journaling. It means, for example, I write down how did I felt like today when I received my paycheck. Did I felt really nervous? Was I afraid? Though I had one friend that whenever she gets money, even if it's like a big amount or small amount, it does not really matter. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm afraid." I'm like, "Why? What makes you afraid when you get money?" She's like, "I know that it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly. I'm gonna get bills and everything, and the money is just gonna disappear." And I'm like, at least like enjoy the feeling that you're receiving the money. But yeah, so as you can see, and this is a emotional reaction that she gets whenever she got money. So yeah, when you're financially journaling, you're supposed to write down all of these things, and with the time you start actually noticing how you emotionally react towards money. Is it a good reaction, is it bad, and so on. But also you got to dig deeper into that feeling. For example, a pattern. Uh, I tend to spend a lot of money when I am sad. Why? So you keep asking that why. You can hear me right now. I think that it bugged a little bit.
Yes, Hajar. Yes,
Okay.
yes. I think there
So
was
I'm
a
telling you
slight,
that yes, you
yeah.
actually dig deeper into why. Yes.
I think we're getting,
Right now is good.
yes, it's good now. Yes, yes. Please
Alrighty.
continue.
Okay, so as I already told you, you dig deeper into the why until you get the root of it. And the root of it might be a childhood trauma, might be the first experience that you had with money, might be growing up seeing your father and how he was dealing with money and so on, might be having a relationship with safety or your inner work, like, am I really worthy of getting money? So as you can see, money says a lot about you, and you gotta keep digging deeper. Sometimes you can do it by yourself, which is really, really great. And sometimes you need a little bit of help, a little bit of a push from a professional. So yes, you don't really feel need to feel guilty if you don't know how to find the real reason why I'm not really good with money. It's okay. Sometimes we need help, professional help. Also, by the way, about the professional help, there are some people that actually need therapists for that. If you notice that you have extreme spending pattern, like something that is really, really exaggerated, it's okay to see a therapist or somebody who's a professional, because sometimes there's bipolar disorder, for example, that makes you
Sorry, Hajar. I
at
think we
certain
might be
moments
losing you again.
spend a lot and takes huge risky financial decisions.
Hello, Hajar, are you there?
Right now, is it good?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. We just
Yes, is
got
it
you
good right
back.
now?
Yes.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, those are the 2 points. Then after that, yeah, I used affirmations every single day. So you use affirmations that actually suit your financial goal. The minimum is 21 days. You also change you start with very micro habits or micro goals, like saving around $10 per week, something this way. But you're becoming really consistent about it, and because consistency makes you feel really confident. I am confident of saving. I can really do that. I can really be good with money and everything. And changing your mindset from or your habits from getting a debt into saving, which is really great because that mentality or ideology appeared just like in the last decades. It was not there. People, when they want to get a car or a house or something, they save. They don't go there to the bank and get a debt. So, yeah, we gotta come back also to the saving. Also, practicing gratitude every single day. Yeah, every single day you wake up, you're just really grateful for whatever you have, the your current salary, your current state, your health, the fact that you're alive, obviously the first thing. What else? Shifting from the fact of comparison to driven purpose financial growth. You're not supposed to compare yourself. If you can cut definitely the social media thing, and I'm going to be talking about it later if we have time. Yeah, so you literally stop comparing yourself to others. You don't really need to have an external type of motivation. I want to be rich in a certain type that does not really suit me. I want to get a porch and a lumber and whatever to, yeah, make me feel good about myself. Believe me, reaching all of these things, yes, you can. It's not impossible. You can definitely do it. It's there. You're going to be working. You're going to be getting that there. But if it does not really align with your values and everything, and your inner purpose, it will definitely leave you only with a burnout, with depression, with anxiety, and yeah, it won't really do well for you. So yeah, those are few steps that I have done in order to shift, and I'm still doing it until now. And yeah, uh, it's better for me. I talked a lot. We don't have a lot of time.
But we're learning a lot anyway.
Yes. If I may add something,
Sure.
yeah. So yeah, thanks so much, Abdul Salam and Hajar for sharing these thoughts, and yeah, it really is. You know, all the points that you made really resonate with everyone, I suppose, if not just us on this panel, but everyone who is also listening. One thing which I always think in terms of mindset and this emotional relationship with the aspect of money is that you can be in a state where you have scarcity. There, hence, as Abdul Salam said, comes with fear, anxiety, and all these things. And then we can have other situations where someone gets rich like overnight, like or just like sees this paycheck is that gets nervous. So get too comfortable. You fear to be too comfortable. I think we really need to have a balance, of course. But how do we have even out this, the different fluctuations that we can see in our lives in terms of financial journey? So what I would say is, first thing is, I believe everything in life is a choice, right? A choice is what we choose to want to have, what we choose, the life we want to have. We have a choice of wanting to have a big house or simply live in a small house which has a roof and it meets our basic needs of shelter, or you want to have the biggest thing, and you want to care about, some people want to care about what others think of them. We said about comparison, and what society sees them, and some are just happy with whatever it is, and they're okay with it and they're happier. You know, bear in mind that the more you have, the more you will want. Wants are unlimited. In economics, background of economics, me. So it starts by saying your the needs are limited, but wants are unlimited. You will want more and more and more. And where do you stop that? And it's the fear factor. Sometimes you might think, what if tomorrow I don't have as much as I have now today? I'm not as comfortable as I am today. Then how do I level it so that I am always happy? So it has all these emotional, aspects and factors. You've got the society, peer pressure, your comparison with your friend who you grew up, you went to school together, yet your friend is way far, has more money than you, and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm a failure now. You comparing with others, or or you just don't have a limit. You don't have a goal. You just don't know where to stop or where to start. So for me, what I've done, my personal experience is that I like to work with Excel, and being an analyst and stuff. I said, let me try to work things backwards. So I said, what is it I want when I am retiring? What is it that I would need actually? What's the basic? Start with the basic needs. I know I will be old, so I would need money to spend on health, related stuff, medicines, healthcare. That becomes a need of what a young person does not need when they're young. I need a shelter. I need a proper healthy food because I care a lot about health. So I want to be able to have so much. So, in order to have this much X amount, how much would it cost today to live, to have these basic needs, the minimum? Start from there. And you say, okay, now I've wear my financial hat. In like, say, 20 years time, you can guess my age, like 20, 30 years time, how much would this money be? Like, we talk about the future value of the present amount, right? So let's say today the amount is like, I don't know, 100,000 rupees, but then in the future it will be like 150, 200,000 rupees. So how are you going to meet that need? Forget everything else that you can have, like a big Porsche, a big house, and a big, being in front of the beach, traveling and all that. These are not basic needs. You start with the basic needs and you say, okay, I need this much. This is my financial goal. Once you have your financial goal set in the X number of years, you work your way backwards. You can say, okay, how am I going to work towards that? What do I need to earn today? And every month or every year, let's say, I went to the granular level to monthly. What do you need to earn monthly in order to meet that goals? And given that in between now and like 30, 40 years time, you may have also emergencies. You may have unexpected circumstances where maybe you fall sick, your children, or have to go to university. There are different goals. You have education goals, you have retirement goals, you have health goals, you have all these goals. So putting all this in perspective, coming up with one figure, that's what we financial planners can do, and work the way backwards to see, okay, can you afford that? If you say that, okay, I would need 100,000 rupees every month to live that kind of life, and if today you can't afford to get that, then you have to scale back your expectations, either that, or you have to work harder today to be able to meet that. And once you get that equation like set, you are more mentally posed. You say, okay, now I'm poised, I'm sorry, and I know that if I work at this pace, of course, considering any other unexpected circumstances, I would be at ease. And I think Abdul Salam mentioned about the ease also. You will be at ease. And once you reach that level of ease. I'm not saying being overly comfortable or fearful, but that sort of balance ease. Then you start relaxing. You're getting it more relaxed to say, okay, now I can enjoy. Now I know. Let's say you're fine this year. You got a good bonus, or your work has done well, so you can afford a holiday this year. But doesn't mean that this is going to become your benchmark, like having a holiday or something every year. But you can say, okay, this is my benchmark. I'm here or I'm here. So where do I need to maintain my benchmark? So having that in mind, I think it's very important, and can put us at ease, and have a better relationship with money. And this relationship is a very personal thing. It doesn't have to be in relation with other people. Someone else may have different goals. They may be earning 100,000 rupees, but their goals, maybe that 100,000 is still not enough for them because they've got many other more bigger goals. And some may find that as abundance. I'm okay with 50,000. I'm okay with 20,000. I'm okay with my pension money. That's it, because this is all I need. So it's a very personal thing. We can't measure ourselves, our success, like, financial success, being the same as others' financial success. And I think, like, coming back to that word, everything is a choice. If we could live through COVID years, I think we all have lived through it. I can see only positive things ahead. And you see the world, you see everything positive. The world will take care of itself. The universe will take care of things. And there's no need to really be stressed out, because let's say now or this year you're low on income that you were having before and you didn't have, or you had a lottery before and you're not getting any lotteries anymore. But we have to be realistic that in our journey, there will be ups, there will be downs, there will be unexpected circumstances. There will be all sorts of things. We may even have close members that won't be here that we had expected them to be. And all these things will happen. I mean, life is full of challenges, but how we navigate it, the choices that we make are very important to keep us at ease with money.
Oh, thank you so much, all of you. I just am feeling every time when I have these webinars, I always leave these webinars feeling very good inside. I'm feeling very enriching discussions today. It's been so powerful, and I'm extremely grateful to all of you three for your insights that you've shared here today. And it's sad to say that we are coming to an end. It's sad to say, because I'd like to keep discussing. Particularly, I understand that Hajar had some really interesting points to talk about in the realm of social media. And so that's giving me ideas for upcoming webinars in this space. As we know, we're a highly digital world. We do need to explore this element of mental well-being and engagement, interaction with digital technology, and of course in that space of financial well-being as well. So we will look at creating something new in the coming weeks. But for now, I'm just very grateful. And I guess our final notes really just to share here is three very main things. One is mindset shift. Two is gratitude. Three is inner alignment. I think they're the three most powerful words that all of you have shared here today, in different levels of capacity. So I'm just so grateful to all of you here today. I'm very, very grateful to our esteemed panel members here. Thank you for our audience who've joined us as well. And if you like today's recording and today's webinar, and you would like to stay tuned for future webinars, or would like to see our previous recorded webinars, please do check us out on YouTube. You can follow us on YouTube. Abhyas Mauritius is our tagline. And if you've enjoyed our platform today and you'd like to know more about Abhyas Institute of Universal Awareness, then please do join us on LinkedIn. You can follow our page. The QR code is in the bottom right corner of the screen, and our website is in the bottom left corner of the screen. So our organization is a research hub for mental health and well-being. And so we very much focus on all aspects, the physical, the psychological, the emotional, the social factors, and how all of these play a complex role in our overall mental health and our overall well-being as well. So please do continue coming onto these platforms and sharing your beautiful insights, and of course, stay in touch with us. And I'm excited to share that our next topic, which is next Wednesday, is all about moving from surviving into a state of thriving. So looking forward to seeing all of you lovely people in our next forum event online. And with that, I'd like to say thank you so much. Have a great evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you.
For having us. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank